Now here, this is a case where we had a posterior capsular rupture, and let's see how we manage this patient. So we are going ahead with our standard technique, and this is again a soft cataract, as most of these tend to be since they present early in posterior polar cataract. And we are again taking all the precautions here, not aggressively rotating the nucleus, keeping the settings low, and proceeding with phacoemulsification as we would do in all patients with posterior polar cataract. So till now everything seems to look good, and I have emulsified the nucleus, and no inadvertent effect has happened. Notice that we are keeping the chamber stable. I have injected dispersive OVD from the side port before removing the infusion cannula. Now, as soon as we prolapse this whole anterior epinucleus plate, and once we remove the anterior epinucleus plate, I realize that there is a posterior capsular rupture. So we can see here superiorly that there's a posterior capsular rupture, and what we need to do is stay calm and make sure that we don't withdraw our phaco probe. Again, inject some dispersive OVD from the side port before we come out in order to avoid prolapse of vitreous into the anterior chamber. Then we are going ahead with anterior vitrectomy to ensure that there is no residual vitreous in the anterior chamber. And now, since we have a significant amount of cortex left, we have switched over to a bimanual irrigation aspiration instead of using the vitrectomy cutter, as it would be very difficult to remove all of this cortex, the residual cortex that we have, with the help of a vitrectomy cutter. So once we have ensured that we are not pulling on the vitreous and there is no vitreous in the anterior chamber, we can shift back to our bimanual, or if coaxial, whatever works well in your hands, irrigation aspiration cannula. And after removing this is the extent of PCR which is now visualized. We can see there's a significant degree of capsular dehiscence. So again, going ahead with vitrectomy, ensuring that we don't have any vitreous in the anterior chamber. We can use diluted triamcinolone if needed in these cases to visualize the vitreous better. And then here, because we had a decent sized PCR, we don't want to put the bag in the, we don't want to put the IOL in the sulcus, in the bag, and we have shifted to a 3-piece IOL in the sulcus. So in posterior polar cataracts, we must always keep a 3-piece IOL in our inventory, just in case we need to put an IOL in the sulcus. And we have to keep an IOL of suitable power, as we have to adjust the power of these lenses as well, since we are placing them in the sulcus. And then we use the vitrectomy cutter to remove all of the residual viscoelastic and seal the incision. I have injected some pilocarpine towards the end to ensure there is no vitreous in the anterior chamber. Thank you.